episode 14, CJ Squared. You're here with JB, Chris, and Joey. Tonight's topics, let me think. NBA playoffs again, right? We got the playoffs. We're going to talk about
playoffs.
The playoffs, right? We definitely going to talk about the playoffs. We're going to talk about your favorite tennis player, right? Who's the best? Nadal, Djokovic, or Federer? Who's the best tennis player out there? You can see who I'm representing tonight. Oh, it's right here. Roland Garros. It's my man, Joker. You know, great team championship tonight. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to the Joker.
Congrats.
Oh, we got some stuff about the NBA too, about these guys on the fringe of who might get traded. Who could be leaving? Is it going to be Dame Dollar? Is it going to be RJ Barrett? Is it going to be the unicorn? These are the moved, right? We're also going to talk about, we're going to talk about the Paul Mayweather fight.
Oh yes, we got to
briefly.
As you can see, not excited about that.
Millions want to hear it.
And our big question for all you college football fans: what do you think about the NCAA possibly expanding to 12 teams? You'll find out how we think about it. We all got different thoughts. Of course, me and Chris, we'll be reasonable. Joey will be out there in left field, so that's all good. And of course, we have the CJ Squared Elite Eight, which I guess Joey, your screen is blurred, so nobody can see your hand moving. It looks like you just don't have a hand at all. Yes. Elite Eight tonight, we're going to talk about who is the best coach since 1990.
Easy.
Outside of Phil Jackson and Pop. Right? Yeah, Pop, right? Yeah, I think it's Pop.
Pop.
And then, of course, we got Joey's hot take. He's been a little bit, he's a little hot and a little cold here and there. So
they listen to me, they'll win.
We're going to see where his hot takes lead us tonight. But first, we're going to talk about the playoffs. Playoffs. I'm just trying to win a game out here, right? We're trying to win. Okay, of course, we got playoffs going on in that second round. And the question is, because, I usually have my thing up here and I still have it. I do have it. All right. Second round playoffs. What are your thoughts on the second round? Let's start with you, Chris.
Let me think. The biggest series we were getting hyped for was the Bucks and Nets, and injuries look like that series now is I don't know. I mean, I was definitely thinking the Bucks were gonna, or the Nets were gonna win that in what I say 6, I think. And now I'm questioning that with Irving going down today. And now no Harden. We saw Durant struggling today, trying to hold his own. This is a huge moment for Durant. If he can come in and show he's, like Joey said, he's the best player in the world. If he can come in and dominate, he didn't play very well today. 1 of 8 from 3, minus I think 25 for his plus minus. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, and we lose the MVP, got bounced today. So overall, we were talking about that we were hoping that the second round would end up being good, but I think it's just kind of more of the same of not really close games again. I think I saw of the 14 games I think was played, only 3 have been decided by 5 points or less. So it's, just more and more blowouts every time. I mean, the matchups on paper seem good, and hopefully the Clippers matchup stays tight, and we can actually get something like a game 7. And if the Bucks Nets game, if that ends up being a classic, I'd rather see them healthy. I mean, the injuries, I don't like that. I just rather seeing the best guys out there and just but hey, that's part of the game. So hopefully Kyrie or Harden comes back to at least make that a series. Really, what I'm hoping, and I hope the Clippers can make that a series as well. So yeah, but overall, it's been all right.
You don't care about the Hawks, right? Basically.
No, I just don't think they got enough for them. I mean, I think that, and I would even say they're playing with house money. I would say for this year, I think they
got shooters everywhere.
They do have shooters, but I think they still have. But the good thing is, I think Trey looked at the beginning of the year like he had kind of taken a step back, and I think now with McMillan, and the Hawks in general, they've really taken a step. At one point they were the 11th seed in the East, and now they were finished the 5th, and they're this. So I think no matter what for the Hawks, this is a win this year. So
nice. Yeah, it's a good call. What about you, Joy? What are your thoughts on this second round so far?
Chris and JB, I'm going to read a Webster's Dictionary definition to you for a key term for what my thoughts are on the second round. Webster's Dictionary says that the term attrition is a noun. Definition of the word attrition is the action or process of gradually reducing the strength or effectiveness of someone or something through sustained attack or pressure. My thoughts on the second round is that it's going to be a battle of attrition because injuries continue to play a huge role in the teams that are winning, which is fine because they all have to do the exact same thing. So we're going to see how well built these teams are, considering some major injuries that have taken place. As just mentioned, yes, I do think that KD is the world's best player, but the world's best player needs help. No matter who that person is. KD shot like crap today. Shot like crap. His plus minus was awful. Okay. Everybody goes through that. Everybody does. Okay. Philly has lost, even though he's by no means a super, not even considered to be an all-star, but I believe Danny Green is out for the next 2 weeks. Danny Green is a huge part of what Philly does on offense and defense. Okay, so we see that CP3, the real MVP, has actually come back from what we thought was a major injury.
Yeah,
so this is a battle of attrition. We see it doesn't look like James Harden is going to play anytime soon. I mean, if Brooklyn finds a way to get past Milwaukee, there's no guarantee that James Harden will be ready for the Eastern Conference Finals. But so right now you see Milwaukee, also pronounced Milwaukee. Shouts out to Wayne's World Part 1. You see Milwaukee holding on.
Hold on. That was weird.
You see Milwaukee holding on right now. You see Phoenix looks like they are completely healthy. The Clippers, even though the Clippers took a decent loss with
Ibaka.
Yeah, Serge is out for the rest of the playoffs. So, but the Clippers overall seem like they are fine if with Serge not being there, they rather him be there. So the battle of attrition for these remaining teams that are in the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, that was pretty long for just something about attrition. Hey, okay, here's my take, right? You guys are like, y'all so somber and like it's like sad. For me, I love NBA basketball, right? And for me, if blowout or not, I like to see when series get tighter. I liked it when the Clippers bounce back. I liked it when the Bucks bounce back. I don't care if people got hurt, but you know what? You still got to play the game. So for me, it's tightening time. It's time to tighten. My dad say, tighten up, right? and it's tighten up time. The Nuggets, they couldn't tighten up. That's what happened. They got swept.
Shouts out to Peter Brown.
Yeah, shouts out to Peter Brown. the Nuggets didn't tighten up, Joey and Chris. They got swept, right? The Joker, the MVP, gets ejected in a must-win game because you obviously lose your cool. You lost your cool on that play, Joker. It's clear. Maybe it wasn't a flagrant 2, but it was grounds for a flagrant 2. What the NBA would have called it.
It definitely was.
Right? You can't do that. You got to tighten up, right? Like you got to look at Atlanta and the Atlanta-Philly series. What happened? Atlanta goes and steals game 1. Philly comes back and wins at home. Then they go to Atlanta and they put it on Atlanta. They reestablished their home court.
Got to come to the A.
Coming to the A, right? And the Clippers, they look like they were in the dumps. Paul George being questioned about his ability to win in the playoffs. And guess what happens? He comes home and he is playoff P. He lights it up. Him and Kawhi, right? And the Clippers, like Joey said, and I've mentioned before, they're probably the deepest team in the NBA. So them losing Serge Ibaka, they hate Serge Ibaka right now. It'd be really good for them. But right now, they playing small ball, right? They went back to that lineup they went against Dallas, right? When they started losing it, they went to the small ball lineup. And last game it worked. So you're gonna see more of that coming forward. I'm looking forward to Philly playing tomorrow night and the Clippers playing tomorrow night, because those are the teams I picked, right? I'm looking forward to them playing and winning. So I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. And now, just show y'all how things are going with our second round picks. Only one series is done.
Don't do it to us.
We have to see this.
Don't do it.
We got to, right? We got to see it, right? So, we got everybody named circle. You got me.
Campazzo got me.
Campazzo.
Yeah, Chris had the Suns, but for some reason he listened to Joey and went with the Nuggets.
I went with the old heart. I went with you right there. I never do that.
Because of Campazzo, right? Set Joey up. Joey set Chris up. No.
Chris is not a heart guy.
No, not at all.
He is strictly a numbers guy.
As you can see.
Straight numbers. All right. So by next weekend, which is the Father's Day edition of CJ Squared, Father's Day edition, right? Next weekend, we should have a much clearer picture who's going to be in this conference finals.
That Bucks pick is looking mighty good right now.
Don't let him know.
Yeah, I know. At first I was like, oh no, right? But now it's like, oh, okay, JB. Yeah, Joey Hayden, of course. Okay, he can't help himself, right? He can't help himself. Now, talk about hate, right? Let's talk about some real hate. Because we're going to talk about the French Open and tennis overall. Tonight, we all are going to make our argument on who is the best tennis player in the world right now. Is it Nadal, Federer, or Djokovic? And I'll let Joey go first, because I let Chris go first with the other questions. Joey, you're making your case tonight for who? Nadal, right?
The greatest tennis player who ever lived, JB. You're absolutely correct. Excuse me,
okay.
The greatest men's tennis player.
Oh yeah, make sure you.
Oh yeah, make sure you say that, because Serena Williams, what, 23 Grand Slams?
Yeah, that's not really close.
Yeah, yes. It's record, or somebody else got somebody got more? No, that's the record, right?
She is actually, I believe, one behind.
Somebody got 24, right? Who is that?
So I believe
another woman.
Someone that we don't talk about.
All right, while you talk about it, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, please. We don't know who that lady is, but man, I'm going to let the millions know before I give my spiel on the greatest tennis player who ever lived, Rafi. Go on and hit the subscribe button and
like, subscribe, comment,
and please like. Okay, please get the thumbs up.
Hey, shout out to Buttons. Buttons, you the man.
Buttons.
You always commenting. Now you ain't always right. You way off. You way off base, Buttons. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But thanks for the comments.
But your Toronto Blue Jays are playing some crazy baseball right now. congrats to your Blue Jays and maybe the best player in baseball going right now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Glad is having, yeah, he's killing it. Second best player, team sucks.
They're playing some good ball right now.
Yeah.
Millions. Let me educate you on the greatest men's tennis player who ever lived. The Spaniard named Rafael Nadal. First of all, he's won 20 Grand Slam events. He's won a total of 20. Yes, he is the greatest clay player who ever lived. But let me tell everybody, just in case you don't know, that he's also the youngest person to ever win every single Grand Slam. The youngest. Federer didn't do that. Djokovic didn't do that. Pete Sampras didn't do that. Okay. Ivan Lendl, Andre Agassi, none of them ever did. As a matter of fact, Andre Agassi didn't even win the career Grand.
Oh no, that's Chris Boyd. Be careful.
Let me get back to this. Now, granted, we know this is very, very close. This is very close between these three players. You could probably throw them up. Okay, no, this is 1, 2, 3 like this. No, it's 1, 2, 3 like this. No, it's 1, 2, 3 like this. But Rafi, in Grand Slam finals, when the lights are the brightest in Grand Slam finals, Rafi against Djokovic, he is 10-7 in Grand Slam finals against Djokovic.
What have you done for me lately?
10-7. I might add one more time. Against Federer, Rafael Nadal is 10-4 in Grand Slam finals. So he has beat them when the lights have been the brightest more than they've beaten him. Okay. Bottom line, when it comes to that championship in either the French Open final, the Australian Open final, the Wimbledon final, the US Open final, Rafi has come out on top more than the other two.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Go on,
I just got one counterpoint for you.
Are you going? Are you going?
No, not yet.
Just go.
Okay, I'll go. All right, so I want to just mention that Nadal has 20 Grand Slams, yes, but 14 in one spot. 14 of them. I don't really know about that. Hey, you're not really a consistent winner if you got 20 Grand Slams and 14, 75% of them almost come at one venue. And then, like I said, what have you done for me lately?
Here we go.
Do you know who is the person who has last defeated Nadal at the French Open the last 2 times he's lost?
Yes, I do.
It's the Joker. That's right. It's the Joker. And now I'm going to break some stuff down for you right now. The Joker has been the number one tennis player in the world, a record 324 weeks. Nobody's done that.
That's a lot of weeks.
Right? The Joker. He's been the year-end number 1 6 times in the Open era.
I think Nadal did that too.
No. He has 19 Grand Slams, including the French that he won today. Oh, where's it at Roland Garros, right? Right. Oh, and he also has his nice line of clothing with Picasso. You know, I don't know about Nadal or Federer. And he has 19 Grand Slams. He has 83 ATP Tour wins. He is the only player to win all the big titles, 65 ATP Masters, and he is the only player who has a career Golden Master. Done it twice. He's the only one.
That is true.
He's the only one. And plus, he's 34 and he's only getting better. So that's why the Joker, who is from Serbia, like the other Joker, who was an MVP, he was actually rocking the MVP jersey at the French Open.
I saw that foolishness.
You saw that? You saw it? Why you hating? The Joker is definitely the number one. Nadal had his time. We're gonna hear Federer.
It's still going.
Let me get my fart noises out for Federer. Let me get my fart noises out for Federer.
Don't even do that.
They've had their moments, Right now, it is all about the Joker and these fine Lacoste clothing that he's making.
It's nice clothing.
That is why he is the world's best tennis player.
He's got great hair too. He does have great hair.
Well, I ain't going on it. I ain't getting to that.
He's got a great head of hair.
All right, you guys ready for me to get in on
You give me my fart noises ready.
Don't hit me with them fart noises just yet. I don't want to go back and watch it here over top of that. So the reason I'm saying Federer is because of consistency over all of the majors, right? We talked about Nadal dominant at 1. If you look at Joker, he's won 9 at the Australian, and the Australian's the weakest of the 4.
The
right?
weakest.
If you take outside of the Australian, right? If you take outside of the Australian, he is 10-10 in majors outside of the Australian. If you take Nadal, if you take away the French, he is 7-8. Now, what's his name? Federer, if you look at his, first off, if his best one would be the Wimbledon, he's 8-3. But if you take the rest of that away, if you take the Wimbledon away, he's 12-7. That's consistency amongst all 4 of the majors, right? Then you also have, if you go, okay, well, the reason he's great is because he's been around for the longest and been, dominant for more than he's played longer. He's also got the best peak of everybody, of all of the 3. He was dominant in a 4-year peak. He was the best guy. He also dominated. He had 237 consecutive weeks at number 1. That's ridiculous. The next closest guy was Jimmy Connors with 160. That's a year and a half more. Djokovic, his is 122 consecutive weeks. Nadal is 56. So to me, the reason he's the most is because of he didn't need just one course or one place to dominate at. He was dominant at all of them. Now, I do think Joker, because he's catching the late end of these guys, that he probably will go down as the best because I think he's going to pad at the end of his career. But right now, if it was stopped today, I think Federer is your best guy because, first off, he's got 20. And
along with Rafi.
The problem with Rafi is it's almost all at one thing. He's not as dominant. He hasn't been as dominant and the other ones. He's had injuries, more injuries. I just think that, to me, Federer has been the most dominant and the most diverse, and he's actually had the best peak of everybody.
In sports, usually the person who wins last is usually the best, right?
Well, I do think, I think in the end, if you were to say,
I asked a question. That's a yes and answer. It's a yes, no question.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree.
All right, so right now, the best is the person who won the last big title, and right now that is the Joker. That's my argument.
Moving forward, I do think if you ask me in 5 years, I think Joker's probably going to go. As much as I like Federer, I think Joker probably goes down as the best because once these two, I mean, Federer's 39 and he is slowing down. Nadal isn't as good as he was, where Federer still looks like he's playing at that peak. He'll probably have 2 or 3 more years.
Nadal's not as good as he was.
Joey.
I don't think he is. I don't think. 34. I mean, he lost the French, Joey. That's his tournament.
That's he had won what? The last, 2017, 18, 19, 20. He won the last 4 or 5.
Yeah, so
let me finish off with this and we can move on. All 3 of these players are great players, and we have been blessed to watch these guys play.
Absolutely.
Right. And today, like I met up with Joey. Joey was reffing the game, and we were like, I said, the Joker's down 2-0 right now. And like the heart of a champion, because Joey always talking about Rudy Tomjanovich, right? The heart of a champion.
Never underestimate.
The Joker bounced back to win the next 3 sets to win the title. He maybe has not been as unpopular as the other 2, like in terms of personality and everything. But like Chris said, right now he looks like he could go down as the best, right?
Yeah, I would say 5 years from now we'll discuss it. I think he'll be the best.
It'll be Rafi still.
All
guy
right.
that has won 33% of his majors. The other two.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Awesome conversation. Now we're gonna move on to some more stuff, and my man Chris is gonna lead the way.
So yeah, we're since the NBA playoffs are the old playoffs, they're done for a good amount of teams. Now we're going to get into teams that will maybe move, or the players that will be moved, and we're going to throw out a couple of players, and then we'll pick who we think is going to get moved. So first one's up, most likely to get moved. Next season,
different than us, comment, please.
Yes, comment if you can.
Sorry, Chris.
Lillard or Beal. Joey, start us off. Who you think is going to get moved of those two? This is quick hitters, Joey.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to remind you.
I have a clear answer here. It will definitely be Bradley Beal.
All right, JB, who you got? JB, you need to record these.
Oh, of course. I'm always recording. I go back and watch it.
Yeah, make sure.
Right. So for me, that's a tough one between Lillard and Beal. I've in the news, I keep hearing about Lillard, nothing about Beal. So I'm going with Beal too.
I'm gonna go. I think for Lillard, it's best for him to move on just because I think he wants to win somewhere else. But I think it's best for the Wizards if they move on from Beal, just because what else are they gonna, they got to move on, I think, and kind of rebuild. But I actually still think I think Lillard will force his way out, and I think he moves on. So we'll go
I heard they're trying to get some coaches from other teams too.
All right, next up, we got RJ Barrett, CJ McCollum, or the unicorn, Porzingis. JB,
Joey, I told you RJ Barrett was on the list. And yes, RJ Barrett's getting moved for like a second round pick or something.
What?
RJ Barrett is out. They need somebody that can shoot. Bye, RJ. Have a good one.
If they move RJ, that's got to be somebody huge, right?
Of course they will be. He's hating.
RJ, move RJ and put Toppin in the lineup. Bye, RJ.
Oh my gosh. Blasphemy.
Bye. Go ahead. You up, Joey.
Somebody really loves trolling me and my Knicks. Trolling me, millions. And the millions of Knicks fans that are out there. But Chris, I will definitely be going the so-called unicorn. Yes, he is a flat-out baller. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to the NBA and big moments, there's not a whole lot of unicorn that I see. Porzingis has to go if they want to keep Luka happy.
He's more like a narwhal. A narwhal. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's more of that than unicorn right now.
We got to see a picture of that.
I'm gonna throw one in there.
A narwhal.
I'm gonna throw a narwhal in there for you.
Yeah, I'm with Joey.
The song.
I'm with Joey. I got Porzingis more just because I think he feels underappreciated there, and I don't know if Doncic thinks he's the guy who can pick it up for him. So I'm also
going to post every once in a while. They're like 7'8".
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Go to the post and get a rebound.
Get on the block.
Hey, RJ Barrett, get a jump shot.
All right, let me start out with JB here because he's all about this. Let me read this one. After the success of the Paul Mayweather fight, do you want to see more of this in boxing? I already know JB. He's been hyping this stuff up. Oh my gosh, I'm sick of hearing it.
In my face. I could care less about Mayweather and this guy. Is it Logan Paul? I could care less.
I don't know which one it is.
Why are y'all wasting y'all money on pay-per-view or whatever you paying to see these guys fight? And fight. Stop it. I don't care.
All right. Joey, what do you got?
Boxing needs this. This is exciting. It definitely sells. This is the ultimate hypothetical situation. What if we match these two people up? Creates excitement. It's like and one. Remember how exciting and one was? Remember when the Harlem Globetrotters came out? How people love going to see, you know, something that's a little bit less, that's a little bit different. You know how people always ask, which I think is foolishness and malarkey. Shouts out to Belinda Segal. You know how people always ask, well, could the number 1 Alabama Crimson Tide beat the 0-16 New York Jets? This creates stuff like that. These hypothetical situations. Yes, give me more.
I'm actually split between the two of you guys. I think I wouldn't really actually watch it. It's not anybody that the Paul brothers are not anybody I'm really interested in. I do think though that boxing needs a shot in the arm, and I think that this is at one point, imagine boxing was one of the most popular sports in the world, and right now it's so far down there. Even UFC, the way they're run is better. So for me, the fact that boxing, I'm a boxing fan, so I like that boxing is in the forefront of the media, but this is not necessarily the way I want to go. I think it's just, even with Mayweather there, I think he seemed a little bit disinterested, and he knows it's just a payday for him. So if you're going to give me something good I really want, somebody I really want to see, like, I don't even know, but if you're going to do it, just give me somebody.
You want to
But I do like that boxing is at least getting talked about, because it's struggling right now, but this isn't necessarily the.
It was a laughing stock. Last night, Lamar Odom fought Aaron Johnson. Lamar Odom.
Oh, geez. Yeah,
fought Aaron Johnson and knocked him out. Do you know who Aaron Johnson is, Joey?
No, wait a minute.
Is he the actor?
I don't know who he is. Exactly. He got knocked out by Lamar Odom in the ring.
No, it was, what's his name?
Something.
The Backstreet Boy brother.
Oh, Aaron Carter?
Aaron Carter.
Oh, geez. That's ridiculous.
Johnson and Carter's all the same. I don't care.
That's how little he cares.
That's how bad boxing is. You turn your TV on and you got Lamar Odom fighting one of the Backstreet Boys. Man, get out of here with that.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I like boxing, so I want to see boxing come back, but I don't necessarily know if this is the way to do it, but
it's coming, Chris.
Let's hope.
July 24th, Fury Wilder 3.
Yeah, that's more what we're talking about.
Millions.
That'll be sweet. So, all right. So let me get to the big question.
The big question. Ooh.
Who we want to start with this one?
Well, Joey, I got my fart noses ready for you.
Would you want to see a 12-team college football playoff? You guys want me to start first?
Go on, Chris.
Since I'm starting. All right. So for me, I'm taking. They're talking about going to a 12-team. I think it's just a money grab, and I think that I would say 4. I've always been saying 4 is probably a little light, but for me, I think that they should go to 6. It's still, the games stay competitive. You can probably get a Power 5 team in now. You take the 5 best, and then you get a non-Power 5 team. You get one of those, maybe the best one of those. It makes it interesting. You can throw in like a Coastal or someone like UCF. One of those type of teams, and see what they do. But when you're talking 12, there's just going to be too many games that, you look at right now, I looked up in the semifinals, 3 of the 14 games since they've had this have been settled by a touchdown or less. That's supposedly the best 4 teams facing off. Imagine now what you're going to get when you take the best 12 teams. You're just going to get blowouts like crazy of just teams that it might be decent on paper, but are games that I probably don't really even want to end up seeing, because they're just going to be games you turn off by halftime. And then even in the finals, they really haven't been that great. So in the 4th seed right now, the 4 seeds have made 2 of the 7 finals. So the 4 seeds are not necessarily showing that they can get there. And then there's talking about 12 teams, which seems no way the 12 is going to be able to get there. I wouldn't think, you know what I mean? So I just think that right now, when you talk about 12 teams and being able to, and the biggest point would be, is it going to water down probably the greatest regular season in all of sports, right? When you get Michigan, Ohio State, or Alabama, LSU, like those games should matter. If those teams are going to lock themselves in already, if there's going to get 12 in, they might even probably lock in at 8 in. So you're talking those games won't matter. You're talking the Texas A&Ms, those games will start to make more of a difference. But I like that Ohio State, Michigan, or Texas, like those are the games where Alabama, LSU, or Alabama, Georgia, like those games, I want those big juggernauts to matter. So for me, I want 6. And then if 6 works, then we keep moving up. If they're showing that there's good games every week or each, actually in the playoffs, there's actually good games going. I like that UCF or those type you get one of those in and they can play with the big boys. But I think that it's too much of a money grab. So, JB, let's hit you up. What do you got?
Okay. So you made some excellent points, man. I mean, you're a tough act to follow with the analytics. You always. But for me, I think 12. I'm with you. I think 12 is too much, right? I think 12 is too much. Yes, Joey, 12 is too many teams. Okay, and I do agree. I do agree that those games could be watered down and you may have blowouts, but I do think with 8 teams, you also have the possibility for some awesome upsets. You have some Boise State, Oklahoma type upsets, right? When you don't see it coming. I believe one year UCF beat somebody in a bowl game and Louisville beat somebody big time in a bowl game. So you'll get an opportunity to get some of these teams who don't get a chance to play in the college playoff, and they may pull a major upset. Now, it's going to be difficult, right? Because those top 2 teams are usually juggernauts, right? I mean, I'm getting tired of Alabama. I'm getting tired of them.
All right.
I'm getting tired of Nick Saban. Nick Saban is a great coach, but Nick Saban has 100 5-stars on his squad. It's moves that way. Come on. But anyway, so I like the idea of an 18 playoff with you have a Power 5 conference, the 5 Power 5 conference teams should all get a team in. I hate it when they all don't get a team in. I like that. And then you take 3 wild cards, take your Notre Dames, you take your Coastal Carolinas or your UCFs who are ranked in that top 10,
right,
and possibly bring them in there and they get voted in on a wild card basis. I like the idea of an 8, like all the other playoffs, right? NBA, NFL. NFL now is going to 7 teams now in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I like that idea of having those matchups, but
all right,
they're going to 12. It's going to be watered down like crap, like you said.
All right, Joey.
Mr. 12, go ahead. Give us
You
your
got the
reason
12.
why.
You've been hyping up 12. What do you got?
Is the magic number. Yes, it is. Yeah, watch that in the morning time, Joey.
What was that? Say that one more time, JB.
It said I said 12 is the magic number. That show on Saturday mornings, but there was a song where they sing the magic number. I forgot what the number was.
There was something on Sesame Street. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yes, that's not the one I'm talking about though. I'm talking the one on the ones with the same commercials. They say I'm a Bill, but I'm just a Bill.
Absolutely. Schoolhouse
what
Rock.
Is that?
Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, that's what it is. Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock has one about the magic number. I'm gonna look it up for you.
Shouts out to professional educators.
Shout out to Prince William County educators who are done for the year.
Congratulations, JB. Chris and JB, let me educate the millions real quick who are salivating for a 12-team playoff. Salivating for a 12-team playoff. First of all, this was solved. Shouts out to my school father and my school godfather, Tom McCollum and Nick Schwartz. Okay, Nick Schwartz, the godfather, big Steelers fan, came up with the formula 10 years back. JB, he wrote down on paper, and Chris and I have discussed this numerous times. He wrote down on paper how a 12-team playoff could work. And the reason why it would work is because if you turn on a New Year's Day bowl game today, it clearly does not have the value that it used to. Nobody cares about the New Year's Day bowls unless it's the 2 semifinal games. The Rose Bowl used to mean something. The Fiesta Bowl used to mean something when they used to mean something when they weren't the national semifinals. If we have 12 teams, think about it. We could have the Rose Bowl mean something. The Orange Bowl means something. The Fiesta Bowl means something. We could throw in the Holiday Bowl. Whatever. Pick them. It doesn't matter. When you throw that in, think about this. What's the most exciting thing about March Madness? The first round. We skip work to get to
watch it.
Or we're actually sick, or we're at home to get to a restaurant to sit and watch the games on the numerous television because we are excited that it's actually starting. Now, just think about it. We got 12 teams, and probably more than likely the first 4 teams will probably have buys, possibly. Okay, but the bottom line is these teams all think that they can actually win it. The top 12 teams all think they can actually win, even number 12. So just the excitement on 12 teams thinking that they can all win it is absolutely worth having that. Not to also mention, in the New Year's Day bowl games today, the best players don't even play. Why? Because they're worried about getting drafted. They're worried about their draft stock.
That's a good point.
Tell me a team like Florida, who I believe was the number 7 rated team in the playoff poll.
Right.
Arguably, as JB said, Kyle Pitts is a player that you don't pass up on. Even though I was questioning, well, why did the Falcons draft him?
Now we know.
Someone like Kyle Pitts plays on a New Year's Day bowl game if he knows, oh, my team is going to the playoffs. My team has a chance to get hot and to actually win this thing. A 12-team playoff will definitely bring that.
All right, so those are good points, but what about going against my point of a regular season that's not as strong because some of those big, huge games that we all love may not matter because, like you said, most of those top teams that we already know, they're probably going to be locked in.
Regular season stays strong. As long as we keep that rating changes after Tuesday? As long as we keep putting emphasis on, what are the rankings going to be looking like Tuesday? There is going to be a lot of influence on the regular season on who you're actually scheduling because your rating system is going to stay up there as being a very important system thing.
Based on their little algorithm, but it really resembles closely the coaches poll and USA and the media poll.
So now they have now they do a committee and they kind of all have their right, Joey. Is that how they do it? They all have
something like that, yeah.
And they end up.
If you look at the other 2 polls, the coaches and the media poll is pretty much very close. Right, it is close. Usually, they may have some differences in those top 4 and how they seed it, but those top 4 teams are usually the top 4 teams on both polls.
I mean, I think all of us agree that the plus would be it would be exciting to finally see a UCF or a Boise. I think all of us are agreeing that
yes.
No matter what, even if the games aren't necessarily solid in the end, we would all be excited that those. So I think all of us are agreeing it needs to expand because I think the one problem with college football is it's been so top heavy and dominant by the same 6 or 7 teams. Like JB said, the fact that there just may be a chance Alabama goes down and they have to earn their way to play more games, that is better for fans of non-Alabama fans. You know what I mean?
Right.
So just that alone is going to make it better because we don't, as much as we love to see dynasties pop up and then we love it even more when they fall.
Yes.
So yeah, I would say, I think we're all in agreement is just kind of where we're, that it should that it's moving in the right direction. That 4 is probably not enough. It's just how we all want to see it play out.
The FCS has been doing it for years. The FCS 1AA has been doing it for years. 1A needs to do the same thing, and they need to call it the Nick Schwartz College Football Championship because he came up with this a decade back.
The Dr. Pepper commercials. He said he came up with the college football playoff.
Yes, he did.
That's it.
Yes, he did.
The Godfather playoff.
We're not calling it the Nick Schwartz playoff. No, we're not doing that.
How about just the Godfather playoff?
The Godfather.
Just stop it.
The Godfather tournament.
Just stop it. You're not doing that. Okay? We're not doing that. And it's funny how we talked about it earlier about our, how we are, and look who fell in the middle.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, we said you probably are. You usually in the middle of the two of us anyway. So
that's crazy. That's crazy.
All right. So yeah, that was a good talk. Now we're getting into the world famous. Joe, you want to take it for us?
Oh yeah. It is.
That drum up going. We got that CJ squared Elite 8. Man, I forgot to do my TikTok tonight. I'm going to get on TikTok here in a second. Look, that Elite 8 is going down tonight.
It's going down.
Going down. Hey, if you don't like it, too bad. All right? It's the Elite 8.
Bottom line.
It's the best. It's the best. Hey, you got, and like, subscribe. Dislike, I don't care. Give us a thumbs down. That's fine with me. But I'm telling you, the Elite 8 in this studio. That's right. I said studio.
This studio.
This studio right here. This studio is the best. We already established we're the best in the world. We already established that we're the best out there in the galaxy. We already going to Mars. We're going to be on the moon. They're going to be showing this stuff to aliens pretty soon.
Yes, they are.
They're gonna be quoting me saying that was weird. So I'm telling you right now, the Elite 8 is the best. Go ahead, Joey. Go ahead, take it away, Joey. Hit us with it tonight.
Remind the millions one more time about what JB just mentioned. Subscribe, hit the notifications, like us, dislike us, whatever. Leave comments. The CJ squared Elite 8 is equivalent to the OU Lady Sooners. We are the best, bottom line. Okay? Bottom line.
Sooners. Hey, shout out JMU. You gave it a good run, man. You had them. You blew it. But you gave it a good run.
Yes, you did. So,
the
theme
is going down right now.
I know, JB.
Elite 8.
The theme is the NBA. So we've been hitting the NBA hard over the last few weeks. It is playoff time. Playoffs. It is playoff time.
Doing the Elite 8. Why aren't you watching?
Playoff time. Okay. So the title of this CJ squared Elite 8 is the top NBA coach since 1990 when they played real basketball. Not named Phil Jackson or Bob. Greg Popovich. Here are your 8 seeds in our seeding. Let us know if you don't like the seeding that we have given. The number 1 seed, Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr. Number 2 seed, Miami Heat, Eric Spoelstra used to run the video. The number 3 seed, never underestimate the heart of a champion, Rudy Tomjanovich. The number 4 seed, maybe the smoothest coach in NBA history, Pat Riley.
The number
5 seed.
He said the hair.
Absolutely. Number 5 seed, Doc Rivers. My son is Austin Rivers, who loves shooting. The number 6 seed, Rick Carlisle, who some would say looks like Jim Carrey's character on Me, Myself, and Irene. The number 7 seed, maybe the greatest, one of the greatest coaches of all time, Larry Brown. And the number 8 seed, also one of the greatest coaches who ever lived, Jerry Sloan, Utah Jazz. So let me remind the millions that this is a situation where majority rules. Okay. Once we get 2 votes, we are moving through to the next round. Let's go to the first matchup, the number 1 seed versus the number 8 seed. Steve Kerr, number 1, versus Jerry Sloan, the number 8 seed. Chris, where you going?
Man, this is a tough one here for me to start off. I think we way underseeded Sloan.
I know one person that's gonna be mad, Chris. I know one person that's gonna be mad. Corey Wilson.
Corey's
gonna be very upset about this.
Corey, let us know what you think.
Over it.
Corey, let us know if you think we underrated him as the 8 seed, as the all-time winningest coach as the 8 seed.
Oh my.
But at the same time, he never won a championship. He never won a coach of the year. Steve Kerr has won coach of the year, and he's won 3 championships, and he's been to 2 other finals. I got to go Kerr. As much as I do not want to, I think I'm going Kerr here.
Steve Kerr is through for Chris. JB, where you going?
Man, Chris did not make it easy, right? I mean, yes, Jerry Sloan, I was like, wow, Jerry Sloan never won a coach of the year. How does that happen? Because they were better coaches, I guess. That's what happened. They're better coaches, Corey. There's better coaches out there, right? That was better than him. That's why it happens. Okay, Steve Kerr went to 5 NBA championships, won 3. Would have won 5 if it wasn't for KD's calf and Draymond hitting LeBron in his private parts. So I'm going with Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr is through. I would have also chosen Steve Kerr, but if I'm starting a franchise, I think I'm going Jerry Sloan. Is Steve Kerr coaching
a franchise?
Is Steve Kerr coaching Mark Jackson's team? Let's put Steve Kerr through.
Let me give you one stat that I saw with Sloan. In 21 years, he had 1 season where his team was below 500.
Oh my gosh. Are we
that's a model of consistency.
Are we sure about this?
He didn't have the ships though, so.
Okay. Golly.
Ride out Jerry Sloan.
Jerry Sloan is not going through.
That's what I'm saying. He's underseeded, I think. But
oh my goodness, Corey's going. I promise you, Corey. That's my hot take. Corey is going to have something to say in our comments about that. Let's go to let's go to the bottom of the bracket. Let's go the number 2 seed versus the number 7 seed. We got Eric Spoelstra, Miami Heat versus Larry Brown, KU, San Antonio Spurs, Indiana Pacers, Detroit Pistons, New York.
SMU.
JB, where you going?
Philadelphia 76ers.
Billy.
Yeah,
where you going, JB?
Man, these are tough picks, and that's our opinion. So, if you don't like it, Corey, I can understand, right? We all got our own opinion. So here, Larry Brown coached in the ABA, coached in the NBA, he coached in the NCAA. But since 2000, he does have a championship. He does have a coach of the year, which his team didn't actually win the championship. He's been to 3 conference finals, 2 NBA finals, I believe. While Spoelstra has been to 5 NBA finals. He has 2 championships. I mean, he was coaching the best player in the world, but usually the best coaches have the best players in the NBA. It seems that seems to be the combination for the most part. So I'm going to go with Eric Spoelstra.
This one's tough for me. Let me see. So Brown has the coach of the year. Spoelstra surprisingly didn't. But Spoelstra beats him on championships and finals. They're both average 46 wins a year. So that's pretty much a wash. So then it comes down to championships versus coach of the year. Give me Brown. I'll go Brown and let Joey decide. This one's close for me, so I'll go Brown here. These two are about equal for me.
Larry Brown is through for Chris. This is
Larry Brown got an ABA record of he won 68% of his games in the ABA.
Man,
68% of his games in the ABA.
ABA, yeah, back in the day.
ABA.
Championship at Kansas, right?
Championship at Kansas. Danny Manning. Yeah. This is not close. This is not even close. Because the reason why this is not close is because the best coach between these two never coached the best player in basketball ever, and was able to still get to the NBA Finals, not having the best player in basketball, and won the NBA Finals with probably nobody in the top 10, maybe not even the top 15 players in the NBA.
I would disagree with that. Rasheed Wallace at the time was probably a top 10 player.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive. Yes, I'm at that year, I'm positive.
Are you sure Rasheed had top 10 talent but was not a top 10 player? There are a whole lot of those.
I remember the conversation they had. Rasheed won, he would be top 10. So I'm giving him a top 10. So I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, at that time, Rasheed Wallace, when he won a championship, he was top 10 at the time. There you go.
I don't know if Rasheed Wallace was ever on an all NBA team. We need to look that up.
Look that up.
And that's the reason why Larry Brown is going through, because Larry Brown gets the most out of every single team except the Knicks, because the Knicks were just awful. He gets the most out of every single really good team that he has. He's got teams that had no business being where they were. Shouts out to Ole Davis when Leon was a fan of the Indiana Pacers. Now he has moved on to the home team, Washington Wizards. The Pacers used to give people fits. His first teams gave people fits. Larry Brown is Eric Spoelstra can't wear Larry Brown's jock. Larry Brown is through.
Larry Brown isn't he the coach who had the problem with somebody practicing?
Yes, he did.
And you were right. Rasheed Wallace was only a 4-time All-Star, and he never was an All-NBA player at all.
He had All-NBA talent.
Good call.
That's good enough in JB's book.
He
All-NBA talent.
All right, Larry Brown is through. Let's go to the 3 versus 6 matchup. Number 3 seed, Rudy Tomjanovich, Houston Rockets versus Rick Carlisle. One-time champion as a coach. I believe he did win an NBA championship as a member of the Boston Celtics as a player. Chris, where are you going?
Man, another tough one. I think we overseeded Tomjanovich in my opinion, but so Tomjanovich has the 2 championships, didn't win Coach of the Year, and Carlisle has the 1. They've only been to, neither of them have been to finals outside of the ones they won. So Tomjanovich only has 527 career wins. Carlisle has 836.
Holy moly.
So he's, close to double him. So yeah, and I'd still go with the 2 championships. Give me Tomjanovich.
Rudy T is through for Chris. JB, where you going?
Man, like Chris said, they're all tough, right? Because Rudy T got 2 championships thanks to Michael Jordan not playing. I'm sorry. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I think that Rick Carlisle won a championship against a team he wasn't supposed to beat. They beat LeBron and the crew, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, the big 3 of LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. Rick Carlisle, funny stat, 3 of our guys on here won Coach of the Year at back-to-back years.
Oh, really?
Yes. Doc Rivers was a Coach of the Year in 99-2000 with the Magic, and then Carlisle was a Coach of the Year. No, Larry Brown was Coach of the Year Larry Brown, Coach of the Year 2000, 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Philly and Carlisle was the Coach of the Year in 01, 02.
Wow.
With teams that they didn't win with. They were the Coach of the Year. Doc with Orlando, Brown with I think Philly, the Iverson team, and Carlisle with Indiana. So it's kind of crazy. But I digress. I have to go here with Rudy T, just for his great quote. Never heart of a champion.
Never.
That's one of the greatest quotes in NBA history.
That puts him over the top.
It's over the top. Yeah, I mean, it's that close, right?
Over the top.
Not to mention that Rick Carlisle hasn't won a playoff series since they won the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I did have that written down. He hasn't won. Dallas hasn't won a playoff series since then.
That's a good stat.
And this year they had a 2-0 lead, winning their first 2 games on the road. They still lost.
Who would you have taken, Joey?
I would have also gone with Rudy T.
Joey loves Rudy T.
Considering, like we said, Rick Carlisle hasn't. The last time Rick Carlisle won a playoff series, T.O. was a Dallas Cowboy.
Oh, geez.
Look at my face.
That's my quarterback.
Let's go to the 4 versus 5 matchup. We got the person who created Showtime, Pat Riley, versus Glenn Doc Rivers. JB, where you going?
I guess this
is after the 90s, so we're not counting in the.
Oh yeah, if it was been there,
Showtime.
The 90s is definitely
definitely Showtime.
For the viewers out there after the 90s.
Yes, and of course we don't have Phil Jackson and Pop in here either, so don't be like, "Wow, Phil Jackson and Pop." What happened to Phil Jackson and Pop? So yeah, they're not in this. They're not in here, right? Because we already know those two are probably the best coaches over that time period. So for me, I'm just gonna go. I mean, Doc won a championship with the Big Three in Boston. Riley won a championship when he brought Shaq to pair him with Dwayne Wade. And that year in the finals, Dwayne Wade could not be touched. They breathed on him and they got fouls called and Dallas got beat, which I think that was rigged. But anyway, since I think that was rigged, I'm going with Doc Rivers here.
Woo! Glenn Doc Rivers is through for JB.
Oh, Doc.
Got that walk.
Oh yeah. This one's really close for me because they both went to the 2 finals and each of them won the 1 championship. Mm-hmm. Doc's coached longer as far as from the 90s on. He's got 992 career wins to 677, so he's got the edge there. But I would say Riley's got 2 Coach of the Year. So for me, I'll go Pat Riley.
Joey, before you respond, let me say this. As in my notes, Pat Riley had too many good teams that came up short. Too many good teams, right? I just that's why I took Doc over him too. He just came up short. He had those Knicks, the Scotty. Oh, I had to bring this up. I forgot.
Here we go.
I gotta bring up the Scottie Pippen block on your boy Charles Smith. Oh my goodness. A win team. Done. Pat Riley, what happened? Let's go with Doc here.
Game 5 of the 1993 Eastern Conference Finals, a day that will live in infamy for New York Knicks fans.
Or how about the Patrick Ewing missed layup against the Pacers?
Pat Riley was not. No, he was coaching.
That was Van Gundy. That was Pat Riley that year. Gundy wasn't the coach.
That was Pat Riley's last game as a New York Knicks coach.
There you go. Get it right. Get it tight.
Let me add to that those Knicks teams were overachievers because of their wonderful coach. Let me also add that the championship, the finals teams that Pat Riley took, the teams that Pat Riley took to the NBA finals were underdogs. They were underdogs. And I will add that Doc Rivers had a Clippers team that was favored to win the NBA championship last year and couldn't get out of the second round.
True.
That would never happen to a Pat Riley coached team. Pat Riley is going through.
Oh,
Yeah. Nice.
he got the slick hair. He's loving that.
Michael Jackson doing a slick back when he does Billie Jean on Motown. Let's go to the bottom of the bracket because it is getting tight. The final four. We got the number 7 seed, Larry Brown, versus the number 3 seed, Rudy Tomjanovich. This is a big one right here. This is a big one. JB, where you going here?
Rudy
T. Rudy.
Never doubt the heart of a champion. And plus, Rudy, man, that dude got punched back in the day. That dude tough.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
Lordy.
did. He is.
Goodness
He is
gracious.
tough. He is tough.
He a tough guy, man.
Where you go? Not to mention he beats alcoholism. Rudy T beat it. He was an alcoholic for years. Beat it. So yeah, he's a really tough dude. He definitely is.
Survivor.
Absolutely. Where you going, Chris?
I'm going Brown.
Joey probably. Listen, tough for you, Joey, because you love both of these guys.
Yes, I do. But the reason why this person is going through is because he takes something that's nothing and he'll mold it. He'll mold it into different ways and look at it. Now, keep on molding it. Look at it. Oh,
Larry Brown is the Lakers 2021. What are you saying?
It's
yeah. He needs to mold that.
Keep on molding it. Oh, look, I got a Reggie Miller here. I'm going to turn this Reggie Miller into something special. Oh, let me mold this. Oh, I got this 6'5", 11 shooting guard who doesn't like practice, but when he listens to me, he may be one of the best players who ever lived. Let me mold him just a little bit more. Oh, I got this team of underachievers, this team that no one thinks has a chance of beating these Lakers with the Black Mamba, with Shaq Diesel, with Karl Malone, with Gary Payton. Oh, they're champions.
They're all pros.
Larry Brown is through.
Did you say Iverson was 6'5"?
Say it again.
Iverson was 6'5"?
No, 6 foot or maybe 5'11".
Oh, okay. Yes, okay.
The
Larry
molder.
Brown was going through. I knew it was going Larry Brown.
The
Let's
molder.
go to the top of the bracket. Steve Kerr versus Pat Riley. Chris,
Yes.
where you going?
3 championships, 3 championships, 2 finals. He might have been lucky with inheriting this team, but I don't care. Kerr, I'm going Kerr.
Steve Kerr is through. JB?
Who is Kerr going against?
Steve
Again?
Kerr is going against Riles. Pat Riley.
He's just
All right, just because I'm kind of mad that Larry Brown was a 7th seed and made it to the finals on this, I'm just gonna go with Riley and see what Joey does. At this point, I don't even care. I'm just going with Pat
Riley is
all right, Joey,
through.
it's in your arms now. Just so you know, next round, whenever Chris goes, I'm going the opposite, man. It don't matter. Just tell you right now, I'm going the opposite whatever Chris says. So get ready.
When this person steps into a locker room, he doesn't look around seeing, oh, there's the greatest shooter who ever lived. There's the second greatest shooter who ever lived. Oh, come in here, possibly greatest scorer who ever lived. I could coach the Golden State Warriors and I would have 3 NBA championships right now. Pat Riley is going through.
oh, come on.
We have a finals. Pat Riley versus stop putting your head down, JB. Pat Riley versus Larry Brown.
Oh, geez.
Would you have said the same thing about Phil Jackson? Your logic right now.
Michael never won without Phil. Steve Kerr, of course, Curry never won without Steve Kerr. I definitely get that. But Michael had to figure it out, and he needed Phil.
What about Pop? Did Pop ever win without Tim Duncan?
That's not what we're talking about, JB.
I brought up Phil Jackson with Jordan, so I'm bringing up Pop with Tim Duncan. It is relevant.
It is relevant, but in this case, it's a majority rule situation. It's a majority rule situation.
I know. I'm done. Go ahead.
Steve Kerr can't hold Pat Riley's jock when it comes. All right.
So we got Riley and we got Brown. You go first, Chris.
Let me see. Ooh. So two coaches of the year for Riley, one for Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Championships the same. Years below 400 or 500. Brown has 4 years below 500. Riley has 3. Plus 50 wins in a year. Out of 17 seasons, Brown's only got 2 years that he won more fit than 50 games. Pat Riley's done it 5 out of 15. I'm going Pat Riley.
Riles is through.
Well, Larry Brown didn't make the playoffs his last 4 years he coached. Wow.
Yeah.
But yet, based on Joey's logic, because he can mold something that's not there. Obviously, wins weren't there.
He couldn't mold wins.
Even though he's molding, I'm going Brown.
After all that. After all of that, he molds us
Yes, sir. I'm going Brown.
You did call it. You're going to go opposite whatever I'm saying.
I'm going to flip it on Joey.
Larry Brown is through.
Because when the masses call us out, I want to make sure we point to him on this one. He caused this.
They're not going to call us out too much because they're going to agree with me. Steve Kerr was privileged.
Oh, Lord.
Steve Kerr was privileged. Thank you, Mark Jackson, for creating the monsters of Steph and Clay.
The coaches who have the best players always privileged, Joey? That argument is just not good.
Larry Brown was never privileged, JB.
Yes, he was.
Larry Brown was never privileged.
Stop it. That Detroit Pistons team maybe did not have a bunch of superstars, but they had a whole bunch of good players, some Hall of Fame players on that team. So don't give me that bull crap, but he ain't had nothing.
They have one Hall of Fame player.
You think Ben Wallace is a Hall of Famer?
Ben Wallace has been voted in as a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so what about Rasheed?
Rasheed is not getting in.
You don't think so?
Absolutely not.
Richard Hamilton.
Richard Hamilton may get in.
Chauncey Billups.
May get in.
Okay.
Are you saying are they locks for you? Are Chauncey Billups?
No, they're not locks.
Not locks?
Absolutely not. I don't think Chauncey. Chauncey and Rip are they even all NBA players?
I think Rip Hamilton did get some all NBA votes.
Maybe once.
Maybe once. Okay.
Maybe once.
So basically, you go Larry Brown. What you saying?
As much as it pains me to, because I love Pat Riley. Because I think Pat Riley is maybe the greatest NBA basketball mind that we've ever seen. Possibly.
Pat Riley, Joey he has what? The same amount of championships, so that's a wash, right? But he has more 50+ win seasons, right? Mm-hmm. And he's got more coach of the years.
He does. He does.
He's just not molding.
He's not a molder, Chris. Larry Brown takes nothing and turns it into something everywhere he goes until maybe the game just passed him.
Just end this, Joey.
It really bothers me. I just don't know. I don't know But since it's much harder just to take something and do this and make something, Larry Brown, congratulations. You are the best coach since 1990 in the National Basketball Association.
Outside of Phil Jackson and Popovich.
Millions, let us know what you think. Please
if you agree with Joey, let him know.
Please comment, Millions. Congratulations, Larry Brown.
All right, everybody. That one took a lot out of me. Oh my goodness.
Take a nap after this.
All right. We've come to the part of the show where, of course, we say our goodbyes. The Elite Eight lasted 28 minutes. That's way too long. But I'm just messing. Anyway, we're saying goodbye for tonight, right? So since Joey's been talking this nonsense for the last 28 minutes in this Elite Eight, I'm gonna start with Chris. What you got for us tonight, Chris?
Well, you got Joey's hot take.
I'm skipping the hot take. Oh my God.
Yeah, Joey.
That's how bad it is tonight.
Joey threw you.
A hot take because I guess I do not want any more steaming piles of crap on my computer. So, but anyway, the hot take. Yes, I forgot Joey's hot take. Let's recap. One of his hot takes came to fruition. The Oklahoma girls Sooner softball team did in fact win the NCAA Girls Softball Championship.
It was
Hats
a tight
off
one.
to them. Hats off to you, JMU, for putting a scare in them, because you had Joey scared too. Trust me.
We're not worried.
He was worried. Don't lie. You ain't gotta lie. You ain't gotta lie, Craig. You ain't gotta lie.
You ain't gotta lie.
All right. So, but Joey must have forgot that one of his other hot takes. If you've been hearing fart noises the whole time, I apologize. It's Joey.
It's Joey stinking up the place.
All right, so one of his hot takes that didn't come to fruition was, of course, Nadal. Yes, Joey.
Pushed into that.
I don't care. You still did it. You could have backed out of it. You did. You took the bait. And yes, Nadal fell short and lost to the Joker in the French Open. Right? So, Joey, it's a pretty good record. I mean, before that, it was the horse who was doping.
Who was juicing?
The horse was juicing. I don't know what's going on. How can a horse be on steroids? But that's something new to me, right? I'm not into horse racing like that to know about that. So let's say right now you're kind of even Steven, Joey, right? Because some of your hot takes from the NFL and other stuff won't happen until months from now. And
they're still heating up.
They're like what the Hawk told Thor. The Hawk said, Thor is a raging fire. Thor is a simmer. Right? That's what the Hawk told Thor, right? And Thor Ragnarok, a simmer. So his hot takes are simmering right now. Me and Chris are looking at them. They still got a little flame there. They're not all out yet. So, Joey, what will be your hot take for tonight?
Chris and JB, let me let the millions know when you're ready to win some, when you're ready to put something down and win back and get something back, listen to your boy. Holla at your boy right here on CJ Squared.
Holla at your boy Joey.
Now, we've come to a time of the year where the NBA playoffs are about to wind down. We got baseball going. The NHL playoffs are getting close to winding down also. So what else is out there? Well, what's left is the most popular sport in the entire world. We call it soccer. In other places, they call it football. The Euro 2020 or 2021, whichever one you want to call it, is in full effect right now. We got 24 of the best European squads competing to see who is the best country in Europe going right now. There is one team that I know will not only make it out and win their group and go to the knockout stage, but will win the Euro 2020/2021.
Oh, you going England?
I am not going England, Chris, because I will never pick England to win. Shout out to Reese. I will never pick England to win a major football or soccer tournaments.
All right.
They are soft when the lights get brightest. The team that will not only make it out, they will win Group A, and they will win the Euros, will be Italiano. Italy. Italy is going to win the Euro 2020/2021.
That's a hot take right there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
the reason being, Italy soccer right now, who is arguably one of the greatest soccer nations in the entire world. Italy is sort of in a phase where, like, what is happening to us? We're Italy. We need to get something going. They were knocked out in the quarterfinals in the Euros of 2016 to the Germans. And they did not even make the World Cup in 2018. They did not even make the World Cup. That is like LeBron not making it past the first round of the NBA playoffs.
It happened this year.
It is just like that. So the Italians are not very happy. The Italians are going to rally around their team going into the Euros. COVID hit Italy extremely hard. Italy was hit very hard. They're going to do it for the country. The Italians are going to win Group A, and then the Italians will win Euro 2020/21. Congratulations, Italians all over the world. Your men's soccer national team will win the Euros.
I just looked.
Chris, I gotta stop you for a second because I saw you researching. I could tell what you're researching. Go ahead and tell him, Chris. Go ahead and hit him. Go ahead.
They're right now. They're the fourth betting favorite. So it's
at this moment.
France, Belgium, England, then Italy, Portugal, Germany, Spain.
What were they before the tournament started?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at the
right now. They're the fourth favorite. Okay, well, that's Joey's hot take. Finally, he picked a hot take where the team isn't the front runner. Hey, there you go.
What?
He picked Nadal, who had won.
I was pushing to Nadal.
Be quiet. 5 straight French Opens. He picked Oklahoma, probably the most dominant team in NCAA softball history.
They haven't won since 2017.
This year, they were the most dominant team, and you knew it because you saw it. You were here bragging about it. So, all time, you took a chance on your hot take. Like, you did good with Daniel Jones' hot take. That was a good hot take. That was a chance. The Oklahoma Sooners, that was kind of...
Haven't won since 2017.
Well, they won 2021. All right. Now I get to the part where we say goodbye, right? And I'm going to let my man Chris go first because I'm sure he has plenty of analytics for y'all. Or he has a new song for you to listen to, but he got something good. Let's hit him up, Chris.
Yeah, so I'm still working through my albums list right now. This album, I don't know if you've heard of singer St. Vincent. She's a indie rocker. She can rip it up on guitar. Her album, let me see the title of it. It's called Daddy's Home. And yeah, you should check it. Daddy's Home. But yeah, it's kind of a artsy indie rock album. So yeah, she's kind of under the radar, a critic. She's definitely loved by critics, but yeah, I don't know, JB, if it's probably not up your alley because it's a more rock album, but
I'm gonna go outside my box, like I said, and check these things out because you just
need to, so check that one out if you like. It's definitely out there. It's an artsier album, but yeah, it's pretty good. So check it out. Joey,
wake up.
I'd like to, number one, congratulate all educators that made it through a very difficult time being a professional educator during COVID. I'd like to also congratulate all students who are being educated within this whole COVID nonsense that we are going through. Congratulations, everyone who's been in a virtual class, who's gone into an actual classroom. You have made it through. Things are getting better for everybody. Just have patience. Just have patience and listen to what the scientists say, and things will get back to whatever we call normal. Things we will get back there. Congratulations, people that are involved in education, either as a professional educator or you are in there as an actual student.
Thank you, Joey, because I am a professional educator. And before I give my shout outs, I want to just, rehash something. If you don't know CJ Squared family, we picked 3 teams for the NHL playoffs, and just letting y'all know that Joey's team and Chris's team eliminated. They're gone. They're done. They're finished. My new squad, my favorite NHL team now, and I've given my reasons, and I'll stick by it. The Tampa Bay Lightning is still in. They played today. I didn't check the score because I've been watching basketball. So, but they win today, Chris?
Let me check it. I haven't even looked. So yeah, I don't know. Once my team got bounced,
I believe Tampa lost today.
Once I got bounced,
but they still made it.
They lost 2-1 at home.
Tampa lost at home.
Oh, hey, but Tampa Bay is still alive. Let's go. Let's do this. Tampa Bay Lightning, let's do this. Let's do this. All right. Now, first, I want to give a big shout out to all of the graduates, all the kids who are graduating high school and you're going off to college, you made it. Like Joey said, you made it. You are amazing. You did it. Right? Now go out in this world and make a difference.
Absolutely.
Right? Don't rest on your laurels. Don't get content. Go out there and get it. You got to go get it. Right? You can't just sit back. And my dad always said, you got to work. That's right.
Fall in your lap.
They got to work. They don't want, he say, that's a problem nowadays. They don't want to work, son. They don't want to work. You got to go out there and work. Right? Also, next week, we got the Father's Day edition of CJ Squared. You're not gonna want to miss that, right? You're not gonna want to miss that. We still talking about the NBA playoffs going on. We still got Joey's hot takes. We still got Chris's analytics. You still got shenanigans going on CJ Squared. Come back and watch. We appreciate you.
Thank y'all.
All of you. Thank you for even subscribing and liking. Even if you're watching 5 minutes. We'll take it.
Yes.
All right. Y'all have a good one. We're out.